This video will show you how to do This Day in History Part 1. For this assignment, you'll need to come in and you'll read the instructions. You are going to pick 2 days that we have school, and you are going to share a fact about those 2 days. So basically, you're going to be the expert on an event that happened on a day that we have school, and you're going to tell us about it. So when you click on this table, you will see all of the days that we have school. The ones that are blacked out are ones that we have already done and we don't have time to do because we've already been this far into the school year. So you can see that students have picked days. This day is going to be blacked out because it has already happened. So there are students' names, and you can see that if there's a name next to a date, they have changed the year or they have told us and we have updated the year. So you cannot edit this document. We will edit it for you. You will submit the date and the year of the event that you are going to speak about. So in order to figure this out, there may be an event that you want to talk about. Maybe you want to talk about the start of World War II, or maybe you want to talk about the first day that Nike introduced the tennis shoe. It can literally be anything that's school appropriate. You will just pick a day that we have school and research it. So say I want to do December 2nd. So I'm going to go to the internet and I'm going to type this day in history, December 2nd. What happened on December 2nd? This webpage will tell me different events that happened on December 2nd. I will read through the events and find one that I want to talk about. If I read something that I don't understand, I probably shouldn't pick that one unless I'm choosing to do more research, because if you don't understand it, then you're not going to be able to explain it to other people. So maybe I want to talk about the very first Fred Astaire film. So I want to research Fred Astaire, and this is 1933. And so I'm like, this is pretty interesting. I'm going to pick this date. So then I would go back to the assignment. I know that the date or the year is 1933. And I'm going to copy this chart. And I'm going to paste it in the box. And my first date is going to be 12/02/1933. Oh, and I need to make sure you write it in the correct place. Okay, so that's my first date. So I've picked that one. I'm going to open this up in another tab so I can research it. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to look for another date. I can do one in the same month, but all of those are taken. So I can pick, maybe I want to do my birthday. So I'm going to do just April 7th. So then I'm going to do the same thing I did here. This day in history, April 7th. On the website, find something interesting that you want to talk about. Okay? And so you may need to do more research because you're going to have to tell people 2 sentences, technically 3, 2 sentences on the screen about the event, and then an additional fact. So it needs to be something that you are interested in talking about. So if I pick a day, then I'll come back and I will put it in my box. 1456. Okay, and then you will hit submit assignment. And then you will be ready after we grade that to go to the next part, which will be a Google Doc where you will explain the 2 facts that you are going to be talking about. So I'll come here and I'll get this Google Doc. You should always read the instructions to understand what you're going to be doing. There's a presentation example here and a video example. So the presentation example, this is what I'm going to be making after part 2, has this, that says Book Spotlight. So it will say This Day in History. And you will use that to create your presentation. But first, you have to tell us what you're going to say. So I'm going to make a copy of This Day in History for part 2. And you're going to tell us, you're going to put your date up here, you're going to put your name up here, you're going to tell us what you're going to say on screen. This needs to be in your own words, both of these. And your extra fact also needs to be in your own words. Then you will submit this.